Okay, so it's been a long day today. Actually not too long. I didn't brew today, but for a non-brewing day, it's been a long day. I wanted to filter my beer. The last time I had that huge disaster when I tried to use a auto siphon. So this time I used the CO2, and I think it worked okay. Went through the filter, came out pretty clear, and I don't see any true settling at the bottom. And this was a dry hopped IPA, so yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. This was the SnowDay IPA that I made the other day when it snowed quite a bit, and yeah, so I don't know. So now I wanted to go ahead and put this in a keg because I got a few bubbles into the carboy while I was doing the filtration, so I didn't want to let it sit there too long, have a chance to get oxidized. So I pumped a bunch of CO2 in the keg, have a nice little bed of CO2 in there, and I think that should, if I can get that keg pretty quickly and get it cold, I think I should be okay. So. Welcome, fellow brew tubers. Alright, here's my second Homebrew Wednesday installment. Okay, so I wanted to do a lager with my German cousin coming down. Unfortunately, this is going to be my lagering refrigerator. As you can see, I have some really nice beers in there. Got a little bit of DC Brau, Ballast Point, got some leftover Tregs, Mad Elf, all kind of stuff in here. Got my hops rhizome still sitting here cooling. But the problem is I can't get the temperature to get warmer than about 42 to 44 degrees. So I think there's such thing as a Johnson temperature control. So I would appreciate if any of you homebrewers out there have a suggestion for me with this old refrigerator. I don't want to scrap it before I spend a lot of money and buy a new carboy chiller for fermentation. I'd like to try to salvage this thing and keep it down here for the renovation. But okay, so what I want to do now is this is my first. I did an American Pale Ale before. I tried it. It was wrought with all kinds of disasters with hot bags and oxidization and that kind of thing. So I wanted to get back in the saddle and do another one. So if you remember from one of the previous episodes, I did the SnowDay IPA. Well, I kegged it at about day 10. I tasted it at day 10. It didn't taste very well. I thought maybe I had screwed up another one. It wasn't oxidized, but it didn't quite taste right. But now I think it is matured, and I think it's just a little bit of patience and expectation management for me. Kind of let it sit and mature for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and do a pour here of the SnowDay IPA. So as it pours, one of the problems I'm having is it's not quite as clear as I would like it to be. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little bit of sediment floating around in it. It's a little bit hazy. It's not quite as clear as I'd want it to be, but the smell is amazing. So I can't remember all the hops I put into it. I have to go back and look at the recipe, but I put a lot of hops in the late addition for boil and also in the dry hops so that I could get a lot of aromas. One of the things I'm finding though is with the Imperial IPAs that I really like, there's a lot of mango and fruity citrus flavor, and I'm not getting as much of that, but at least initially I wasn't, but now as this thing ages, I think it might start coming out. So I guess if I let it sit for another week, it might even taste like a different beer. So. Yeah, it's really starting to mature. So I think the trick with the IPAs is you got to be patient, let it mature, and then of course you got to drink it before it gets old. So anyway, look forward to seeing all your videos this week. I've got a pretty big brew coming up. I got my cousin coming down. He's bringing some friends over. We're going to do, I think we're going to do a extra strong bitter version 2 to try to make it a little lighter. I got some suggestions for that. And then the next day I'm going to brew Dropkick Nate. So thanks Nate at Under the Table Brewing for the recipe. I'll make sure I get some video and send it to you guys. I guess from your last video, I'm like the 70th person that received your recipe. So look forward to brewing. So happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.